Here's another Git error that I frequently see. I've modified some terrain and I'm working on my level and I hit save and I've done a commit over here in fork. And now when I go to do a pull, the remote and branch information here is blank and my pull button is grayed out. Also note up here under the name of the repo, it says detached head, right? It's kind of a strange message. Well, we can kind of see what's going on if we look at this graph here. We can see that like I've made changes here, but I've made changes off of an old version. You can see this version 1, version 2, and then up here, this is the version that's on the server, the main branch that's on the server, and you can see that these paths kind of go up to that one, but the version that I just made came off of this old one here. All right, so a couple steps we need to do to fix this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to right click on my commit. And actually, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to local changes and make sure that we don't have anything here. I'm either going to discard all the files that have been changed, or I'm going to revert them. I'm sorry, I'm going to discard all the changes that have been made, or I'm going to stage and commit them. Anything I want to keep, right? I want to make sure that there's no local changes here. The next thing is I'm going to go back to all commits. I'm going to right click and update terrain, and I'm going to say new branch. And I'm going to call this something, I don't know, updated terrain, and hit create and checkout. I'm just doing this for a moment, and really by creating a new branch, it's just kind of like putting a name to it. That's all it's doing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the main branch over here. This is where the server is. I'm going to double click on it, right? So now I have this one selected. I'm going to right click on the branch that I just created, my old commit, and I'm going to say merge into main. Then I'm going to hit merge. At this point, it's going to tell me there are merge conflicts, right? Automatic merge failed. Now, this is a very common message. It basically just means that I've modified this mountain terrain and someone else has it at the same time. I'm going to go here to my local changes window, and I'm going to select which one that I want to keep. I can either keep the one that I updated here and update terrain, or I can keep the one from the main branch, one or the other, right? So what was on the server versus what I've just modified. I'm going to keep the one that I just modified. I'm going to choose update terrain, and I'm going to hit commit. And then finally, now this is all nice and clean. You can see every single version kind of merges paths back into this one version. And I'm going to go ahead and hit push, push, and I am good to go. Then I'm all set.